This is a Wild Game Production podcast.
You remember.
Roll your stealth roll?
Game books, pencils, pizza, cheese puffs, and a hell of a lot of dice.
And the Dragon Ball Cup.
Roll for Initiative. This is the Roll for Initiative podcast, where 1E is the place to be.
This is the Roll for Initiative podcast. We're at volume number 6, issue 188. This is the Christmas Spectacular Show. I'm Vince, sitting with Matt.
Hello, everyone.
And, well, maybe we should call him Elf. Elf Nick.
Glad tidings, everybody. Glad tidings.
And DM's little helper, Crispy.
More like a Crispmas Spectacular.
Don't do that again.
Yeah, don't do that again.
See, because it's a pun, because Christmas, but crispy.
Yeah.
Crispmas.
Do you know that
it works?
That one person that says he vomits every time he hears you?
Yeah, I think it just happened.
Yeah.
Good job.
I think I just vomited a little bit in my mouth, too.
Yeah.
Tough room.
Way to go, Crispy. Way to go.
So have you guys seen this? Have you heard about this yet?
What?
Now he's trying to recover.
Yeah, I know. I'm waiting to see what he's got. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
What's the deal with dice bags? You know, like it's a bag for your dice. Why's it got to be made out of chainmail?
So, like, what is the deal with dice bags? I don't get it.
Apparently, Crispy's reaching into the Seinfeld material bag.
Yes.
Wow.
The rejected Seinfeld.
Serenity now.
Yeah. Festivus for the rest of
I
us.
was in the pool.
Oh, boy.
Festivus. There we go. This is our Festivus Spectacular.
I don't know. We'll put some Christmas music in the background or something. I don't know. Make it more festive. Sounds corny
Jingle
enough.
Bell Rock or something like that.
I don't know. Just something to annoy somebody because, someone will complain. So.
Oh, yeah. Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Perfect.
My grandmother was actually ran over by a reindeer, and that's very insensitive.
Crispy, you're lying. We can tell.
Yeah, because I hear you like snorkeling in the center, chortling.
Man.
Okay, so let's steer the show back onto the tracks. Let Crispy recover in a safe space in the corner.
Feeling really triggered right now. So
okay, here's
don't
your
worry.
crayons. Here's your Play-Doh.
Yes. I do have a safety pin on, so you're good, okay?
Yes.
Anyway.
it's on my Tumblr.
Meanwhile, the halls of justice. So this is our Christmas show. We do have a wonderful Christmas module here for you, and we were going to add a special little gift into it as a stocking stuffer. Nick had found another module actually made for first edition itself, which he downloaded last year, apparently, and he just found 5 minutes before the show.
More like 20, but yes.
Yeah. So 20 minutes before the show. So otherwise, we would have a review.
Yeah, we'll review the one that you found, Vince, and it's still rather intriguing, I must say. And then we'll just briefly talk about the next. I'll talk about the next one, and then
I actually got that module. I can't claim credit to that one. James McBeeks, I think that's how it's pronounced. Apologize if I said it wrong. He actually had sent a message to me on Twitter and said, "Hey, here's a module you want to review for your show." I said, "Okay, cool."
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you.
All right. So hit us up on Twitter, RFI Podcast. You can follow us for show-related information. Go to facebooks.com/RFI Podcast or Roll for Initiative and follow us on there. Or rfistaff@gmail.com, 570-865-4210, the Christmas hotline, where nobody is standing by. No, nobody's standing by. It's Christmas vacation.
Oh, that's right. They're on vacation.
Yeah. Just voicemail this time. So.
Yep.
So, stars, Nick, what do we got?
All right, on stars on iTunes. Just to remind everybody, if you want to give us a starred review, head on over to iTunes, where you can also download all the previous episodes of RFI. And you can give us a review there. Just type it into your search and over in the iTunes store, and you can give us a starred review. And we have 3 of them that Vince made me aware of. All 5 stars, by the way. And our first one is for DM Dad.
Aww.
He says, old gamer dude. Yeah, old DM Dad. I'm one of those too. And he says, old gamer dude with 5 stars. And he says, followed suggestion from Twitter to post. He's got a little happy face. Great podcast and appreciate your efforts to keep the love of first edition AD&D alive. Here's an idea for future topics. I'm sure this will open up a can of worms, but let's hear how you run combat in your games. I also like to hear some of your ideas on house rules. Keep up the good work and look forward to more podcasts from the RFI gang. Well, thank you, DM Dad. I think we did a show kind of on combat, didn't we?
Oh, yeah. I mean, DM Dad probably has about 6 years of stuff to listen to, equivalent to about 6 years of stuff to listen to.
Yeah, that was like way, way early in the, before we hit episode 20, maybe.
We've done a couple episodes where we did Creature Feature where we did actual combat in it for a while, too.
We sure did. I remember the one we did when we fought a Lucrota.
Yes.
Or Lucrota, wherever the hell it's pronounced. But
people are now saying Nick with their fist in the air.
I know. You didn't pronounce it right. No. All right, Lucrota, tomato. But
we still love you, Nick.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I do.
Have some eggnog.
All right. Okay. Hold on a second. It's good stuff. But I don't remember, did we do a show on house rules at all?
I don't think an actual house rule show. I mean, I guess
maybe we
did.
We did?
No, because I think I remember something with you guys when Jason was still on the show.
Yeah, issue 36 is house rules.
I knew it was going to be in the 30s.
Damn. Well, there's your answer, DM Dad. Issue 36, we did one on house rules.
Well, we could probably do like a House Rules Revisited or something, because I'm sure we picked
House
up
Rules
more.
Tool, Electric Boogaloo.
No.
Here's my house rule. No gnomes.
No gnomes.
I'm playing a gnome in your game, Crispy.
Well, no tinker gnomes in my game.
Vincent?
Crispy? Christopher?
It's Crispither?
Yeah, Christopher. That's why I said that one.
Somebody's been hitting eggnog.
You know, since this is a Christmas thing and it's all about origins, why don't you tell us the origin of Crispy?
Oh, it's really stupid.
Wait.
So in my freshman year...
we kind of gathered that.
In my freshman year of high school, at my lunch table, there were like 5 Chris's. And so we had Chris, we had Christ, and then we had... I can't remember what the other ones were.
Wait, what? You had a dude named Christ?
Well, yeah, that was his nickname. His name was Chris.
Okay, I'm going to say, okay, that's pretty...
And so, yeah, we all had to choose nicknames, so I chose Crispy. My middle name isn't P. It starts with an L. I just thought it was funny.
Oh, I get it.
Next review.
DM Steve, you can continue vomiting. We will send you an RFI bucket.
We're sorry. We're so
Yo,
sorry.
I think you could make some proceeds off of an RFI branded bucket. Put it up on Etsy.
The RFI Crispy
I know.
vomit
Wait
bucket.
a minute. We'll get a crowdfunding campaign,
Yes,
and we'll never deliver.
Hey.
No, they only don't deliver if you make miniatures.
Yes.
That seems to be the running theme. As soon as you make minis, you will fail your Kickstarter.
Or a documentary if you... God, I'm so mad about the D&D documentary.
Oh, Great Kingdom? Yeah.
No, it's like a D&D a documentary. I don't know. It's been in development, because I know we can't swear, for like 4 years now.
Can I read the next review?
Yes, you can, please.
Please, proceed.
Okay, just wondering. I just want to make sure. Okay. Next one is by Power Posey. And he says, or he or she, he says, keep it up, thanks, 5 stars. And says, this podcast has revitalized my passion with 1E. I just found this podcast about a month ago and had listened to about 20 of the podcasts.
Pound cake.
So, cool. Thank you so much. Got a lot to catch up.
Yeah. Got another 160 something to go.
Yeah. So if you got some free time, over the Christmas holiday, by all means, listen to them all. Share them with your friends.
Yes, we won't be doing any more shows for the rest of this year. So 2017 will be the next show, unless I grab Crispy and do just filler shows like on Save or Die.
I'd be down for that.
Talk about Charisma
I might
Carpenter.
be available for that because I'll be available over basically for a while. I'll talk about it with you later.
This just in, we'll be doing some filler shows in 2017.
Damn it, I got roped in. All right.
You volunteered yourself.
Yeah, you did.
Wait a minute. I've done that twice in my life. And
Nick, I will see you next Sunday at HR.
Okay. Fair enough. I'll send my avatar.
Okay. Next review, please.
Our last review is from Eric McDaniel, 28. Either that's his age or his IQ. I don't know. Just kidding. I keyed.
Incoming 1-star review.
Yes. Eric McDaniel, 28. 5-star review says, great idea for a show. Well, we kind of think so. We've been doing it for 6 years. It's done pretty good so far. So we need more OSR content out there. People who throw hundreds of dollars at WotC every year are missing out on the dangerous, gritty fun that comes from a DIY attitude and approach. Keep it going. Harumph! Harumph from me. I ain't getting a harumph out of you. Come on.
Harumph?
Harumpa-pump-pump?
I wasn't sure if that was part of the review or just you saying it. So.
No, that was his review.
Oh.
No, the harumph wasn't a part of it.
Oh.
Okay. But I wholeheartedly agree. There isn't a whole lot of OSR type one. I mean, you have Save or Die.
And Thaco's Hammer, don't forget.
And Thaco's Hammer.
And Old School Blues.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And there's a podcast called The Grognard Files, which I think is old school, right? Not
Grognard Files, huh? That's a new one.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's actually only old school, because I think I've seen like other games on there that weren't exactly old, but I think he takes it from an old Grognard perspective and talks about it. So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so there are others out there in our network, like we said, Thaco's Hammer or Save or Die, and then you have the other one that you're doing, Vince.
Old School
What's our
Blues.
review?
Yeah, with Eric Tankar.
Yes, with Tankar's Tavern, a great blog site you should check out there, Eric.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you want OSR content, a lot of it exists in the blogosphere.
Yeah.
Stuff like Rolang's Creeping Doom or Tankar's Tavern.
Mm-hmm.
Does Ventress Satanis have a blog, or is he just really active on Google+?
Both.
Another real good one is Greyhawk Grognard. He does some really good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Crispy used to be on Old School Blues too.
World of Greyhawk lore.
I used to be on what now?
Old School Blues. You were on there very briefly as a guest.
Yeah,
host.
but I have to work on Fridays now. Too late.
Ah, man, you have to work.
Yeah, I gotta pay for this opulent palace somehow.
Crispy's Castle.
Crispy's Castle, a chair and a lamp in the corner.
And one beanbag.
And one beanbag.
My pizza, my coffee table's made out of old pizza boxes.
Dude, that's a bachelor's apartment, man.
Yeah. Beanbag chair, hole in the beanbag chair, covered with duct tape.
Refrigerator is full of old Chinese takeout, and there's pizza containers on the counter with old pizza in it.
Yeah, no table though.
No table.
But somehow he has a chair.
Actually, he has a table because he plays D&D or any other role-playing game, so he has to have a table.
That's I do. It's a card table.
Of course it is.
Of course
Out by the dumpster. But that's all of our starred reviews there.
That's awesome. We appreciate everybody that gives us a review, and no matter what the review is, 1 star to 5 stars, we do read them, and as you've heard, we do read them. So, Nick doesn't enjoy the lower stars, but what are we gonna do?
No, I don't care.
It's not what I heard.
Just hit ignore.
Oh. All right, cool. So let's head right into what we're talking about, our module of the week.
Hey everybody, just wanted to make sure you know about our new sponsor, the Open Gaming Store, run by John Rice, the same guy who created D20PFSRD.com, and sales from the store support the Pathfinder SRD website, as well as his other SRD websites. For every $20 in your order, you get a free PDF from D20PFSRD.com publishing. And if you're a backer on John's Patreon at any level, you get 10% off all orders. So check out OpenGamingStore.com to support Open Gaming.
Tape typical. Of all the evil creatures in the world, I'd like to find one with table manners.
What are you kidding me? I spent years cultivating the worst table manners on the planet.
Table manners.
Okay, I guess I'll start this out for you, fellas.
Sure.
For everybody.
Sure.
Yeah, this was one you said, Vince, that was sent to us from a listener.
Yeah, on Twitter.
And I've read to it a couple of times. It's kind of interesting. It's a familiar theme, to say the least, or story. Basically, this was converted, I guess converted by Steve Johnson and inspired by Charles Dickens. It is a D&D Christmas Carol.
There's actually a company name attached to this too. If I saw it at
there
end.
is. Is it at the bottom?
Where was that? Yeah, Skylander Games. Yeah,
Skylander Games. Okay.
InkwellIdeas.com. I've heard of that blog before.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's the person who did the dungeon graphics.
Yeah. Yeah, because Inkwells makes software, so you mapping software and things of that nature. So they used Inkwell to make the maps.
Skyline Games. I don't know if we could find a link to that, Matt, and put that in the show notes in case people want to contact Mr. Steve and get more information. It's a pretty basic module. It was actually made for 4th edition D&D. I guess must have came out during that time frame. But we figured it's the Christmas spirit. It's something to review that you can kind of throw as a one-off in case your party is away for the holidays and maybe 1 or 2 people show up for a game and you're like, oh, we still want to play. We want to play D&D. So here's a little module about the Christmas Carol that someone actually kind of converted in. So starting off with initial thoughts, Crispy, since you're back, let's hear your initial thoughts of this module.
I think that it is bad.
Wow.
It's just a lot.
Humbug.
I think anyone who plays 4th edition should be boiled in their own pudding.
This comes from a person
They
who
should
loved
be
it.
boiled in their own dice bag.
Figgy pudding?
Yeah. Crispy, you love 4th edition.
It's a lot of box text. I mean, it would be good as a one-off, like you said. I think it would be good for running with, like, younger kids.
Okay.
Say, like, you have to go to the big Christmas gathering on Christmas dinner, and like you are put in charge of entertaining all the younger cousins. Like you could sit down and do this, but it's mostly box text, and I don't think that's very good.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah,
I will.
I mean, this is like 3 encounters. It reminds me of D&D encounters for those that did that, except with even less interesting encounters, because it's you're definitely hopping aboard the ye old choo-choo train for this one.
Yes.
Well,
You're going to get
a based off of.
Yeah, I mean, and I think a lot of that has to do with if you stick true to the source material, you're going to be on that train. It's kind of like when people run Star Wars campaigns and get too tied up in making sure movie continuity stays consistent, at which point you really can't do much of anything of any note.
Not in our Star Wars game, but anyway.
But you're not concerned about making sure continuity stays.
No.
That's the difference. If you want to have the continuity of the story, A Christmas Carol, actually stick, you've got to hop along the train and get a first-class ticket, because you're beholden to every step happening a certain way, and it can't deviate. So, it was just very much felt like it's a couple, like 3 combat encounters, and you're done.
I thought it was 2 combat encounters and a skill challenge.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah, actually, you're right. It is a skill challenge, so 2
all right.
combat.
Nick, what are your thoughts of this module?
I didn't think it was terrible. I didn't think it was like great. It's like meh. It's all right. I mean, it's not like Force Oracle bad. I'll give you that.
Or UK1.
Or yeah. Well, no, I even think Force Oracle is worse than that one. But, I mean, I like the premise, trying to do something with Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. I think that's kind of cool. I mean, come on, that's a holiday classic.
On a side note, Nick, I did get a lot of feedback. Everybody heard your rage build up in that show as we went further into it about the UK.
Yeah.
They really enjoyed your rage build up on that module.
I mean, at first I was just kind of and then by the end I was like, ah! Hulk smash. Well, that ought to be interesting, and we'll get some mail on that, right?
I'm sure, yeah.
But, I mean, this one's... It's okay. I mean, yeah, two encounters, combat encounters, and one that's more of a skill-based sort of thing,
basically,
which is fine.
This is an hour or two to kill module type thing.
I was just kind of thinking about that, and that's kind of my problem with it. Like, you're playing 4th edition, so combat's a little more complex.
Yeah.
And it's going to take longer, so that might beef it up. I feel like if you convert this to 1E, you're going to blow through it in about, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half tops.
Yeah.
But, you know, I like the one little twist in here. I forget where it happens. I think after when Scrooge meets the ghost of Christmas Past, there's a part in this where I think it's before he meets the ghost of Christmas Present or somewhere maybe after that.
Why don't we get into the actual module itself because before we confuse people here. So obviously everybody knows the Christmas Carol story of Scrooge and the Tiny Tim and blah 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 blah, and he gets visited by the 3 ghosts, and somehow this module kind of suggests 2 characters. I don't know. I've never really played 4th. Crispy, you did. Is 2 characters of 2nd level it's just enough for this module?
Yeah, probably because they probably went through and used the D&D encounter, like adventure building software, to fine-tune the combats.
It just seemed like it was a little bit much in one of the scenes where there was like 4 thugs plus 2 ghosts. I was just like, wow, this is kind of like, wow, a lot for 2 characters. But
yeah, but it's a 4th edition ghost, so they can scale it to your level. Like, if you were going to run this in 1st edition or even 5th edition, at 2nd level, you're not fighting ghosts.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It does say at
ghosts
the beginning,
will destroy you.
It does say at the beginning, it says, when you're saying about the text, it says right there, the adventure does have a lot of text that tells the story, but don't let it bog you down. Paraphrase when necessary. In short, DMs feel free to adjust the adventure to the needs of your players and have fun. So there was a disclaimer, guys.
Thank you, Nick.
Well, it's just, just what I want to throw the baby out with the bathwater here.
Wow. The module...
I mean, you can say that, but there's literally a page, what is this, 6 is nothing but red text.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen worse.
So the PCs come into town, and they basically witness the first ghost that comes and warns him about the 3 ghosts, Scrooge that is, are going to visit him throughout the night. So that's kind of like you notice it through a window, so you happen to be walking in the middle of the night when this happens. So, I don't know, whatever. What do you do if your PCs are just like, just an old man, I don't care?
Well, doesn't he offer them, Scrooge hires them.
Yeah, but the module assumes that the PCs go into the house where he's at screaming.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
No, I think he runs out of the house, doesn't he?
It's a little confusing at that point.
Oh, yeah, he yells across the...
Oh, no, they do go inside. It does assume that they go inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought so. Trying to confuse me.
He's offering them, like, what, around 300 each?
Yeah, which is a ton of gold.
Yeah, it is.
Well, he's rich, so...
Right.
So, like, protect me from the ghosts.
So,
and they're like...
Let's just assume that your PCs are as... We'll say they're pricks, and they're not going to help the old man.
Yeah, and then end of adventure, they don't help.
Yeah, it's the end of the adventure.
Let's play video games, I guess.
Yeah,
let's go watch some SpongeBob.
Yeah, he could always start yelling out the window at that point, "Help! Help!" and throw some gold, and be like, "Did you really get their attention?" But yeah.
So he basically gets the party to... So the party goes upstairs, and he says he's in trouble, he needs someone to guard him, and he wants the people to sit outside his bedroom chamber while he sleeps to protect him, and he'll offer them 300 gold, which I guess you can negotiate up to 400 gold, it says, but he'll only give them 50 gold. That's it. Not a piece, just give them 50 gold right then and there. Just for the time being to keep them quiet.
Yeah, until he can get to his office in the morning, which right. I feel that's reasonable. If I was playing this, I'd all right, yeah, I'll do the adventure if you're going to give me another 250 gold pieces after we're done.
Okay, yeah, that is reasonable. You're right, but towards the end of the module, I want to say when they're just you put him back in his room and you decide to just go to the tavern and go eat. It's kind of collect your money before going to eat. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The one twist I do like in this module is when at the Ghost of Christmas Past, it's not a ghost.
No, it's actually Christopher. No, I'm kidding. It's
Christopher Walken shows up.
So it looks like it's some type of gang that's trying to.
What?
Yeah.
Well, it's a doppelganger essentially.
Yeah. Or a changeling, one of the two.
Yeah, I figured that's doppelganger changeling. I'll call it a doppelganger.
Well,
but
okay.
If you're converting this to 1E, it would be probably using a doppelganger.
And this is when you have your first combat, and from here you can actually branch out into an entire campaign. Because it does give you a little idea. It has hook alert, and you can go to the back of the module and it has some ideas. Brief, but some ideas. I'm going to flip back there real quick if I can. Of course, my PDF doesn't want to flip. So the hook alert for that one is they're called the Gray Foxes, and they're thieves with this changeling / doppelganger. And basically, do these thieves fade away into obscurity? Do they plot revenge on the PCs after they're being thwarted? Have they infiltrated the Watch or town leadership? Do they hatch a different plot that the PCs stumble upon? So you can kind of branch out into something totally different with this.
Absolutely. So you could go with this, and maybe Scrooge does get kidnapped, and now you got to go save him, so he can get paid for one. And
if you're dead,
I like the idea of whatever that goes to Christmas Past, either a changeling or a doppelganger or whatever you want to call it, probably the head of the gang or something like that. And then maybe you can have some other Christmas-based themed stuff happening with the gang. I don't know.
I do like that the module, when it says roll initiative, actually lays it out for you. How big the room is, how many squares, this and that. Is that a typical 4th edition thing, Chris?
Yes, that's typically normal. It'll give you the room layout with a grid, and then tell you how big it is and where everyone's positioned.
Okay.
Because it's heavily combat grid based, so they basically in adventures they tell you where everyone is at the start.
Cool. All right, so basically, either you save Scrooge here, or you die and they take Scrooge away.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Yeah, I do like that you could just fail the adventure after the first encounter, where they take him to his office and clean him out.
That's old school, all right.
Yeah.
So what do we have? Nick, why don't you jump on Act 2 for us?
Well, yeah, I was just looking over Act 2 again. So after they maybe rescue Scrooge and go through the combat as written, if you go with they just do the little combat with that changeling creature, maybe with some of the Gray Fox thieves. You go back up to his room, and then all in his room there's a big old feast that's set up. And there's a man, basically a giant.
Yeah.
He's wearing a bright green robe. So we're at the point, the Ghost of Christmas Present, he meets him. And the funny thing is, when Scrooge says, what does he say? But weren't the ghosts those thieves? And Scrooge looks back at you confused, and then the ghost says he doesn't know anything about it. He's like, what are you babbling about?
Yeah.
So they're apparently completely unrelated.
No, yeah.
Which is strange.
Right. Which actually
and then
makes
you get into this whole skill challenge thing.
What was that, Matt?
Oh, I was going to say, it actually makes me wonder what happened to the Ghost of Christmas Past.
Well, you see, he got caught up, and he missed his flight, and,
traffic was bad.
Yeah, traffic was bad, snow.
Christmas time,
there was a buggy tipped over, couldn't make it on time. He shows up late, shows up out of order. You get present,
Like you
then you get
jackknife
past.
on the freeway.
Yeah.
So
he shows up like the next day.
So this is a skill challenge in 4th edition, which you can equate to 1st edition, kind of. I guess I was trying to figure out a way how to incorporate this into 1E without making it dumb.
Yeah, I also... The combats would be easy to fix. This is... Because there's not really a skill challenge analog for first edition.
What I was kind of thinking was, okay, so he grabs him and he takes off, and let's just say the PCs are obviously going to react by saying, I follow, or I go to the window and check. I was thinking maybe time slows down, so they're moving really slowly, but the Ghost and Scrooge are moving quickly, so they can get a head start to go where they need to go. And then the PCs have to figure out a way how to restore time back to normal. Maybe there's an artifact in the room that they have to tip, or something they have to say out loud. That's the kind of ideas I jotted down on a piece of paper. What do you think about that?
Yeah,
I guess you could do something like that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how it ties in. I guess they could just do a dex check, try to keep up with them, and then when they get to Cratchit's house,
right?
There might be something. Maybe the gray fox thieves show up again.
Right.
I think you could do something like that.
Yeah,
we're back.
Yeah,
the gray fox thieves see Scrooge being whisked away, so they follow him and think the Ghost of Christmas Present is just one of his bodyguards.
There you go, something like that. And then maybe you want to kidnap Crapshin and his family for ransom. I don't know.
Yeah, but and also looking at if in 4th edition, if they fail, they're losing a healing surge, and then if they don't have healing surges, they're -2 to all damage rolls. So obviously, you would have to adjust. Okay, that's the only bad stuff that's supposed to happen if they fail this.
Well, that's why I came up with the whole slow time down. That way, they have to figure something out to equate to the skill check.
Right, and even but I guess you also need to equate what's the bad stuff if they fail, even if once you get to that point of equating it.
Yeah, because this kind of runs off the assumption that you're failing forward, so even if you fail, you still succeed, but with some kind of disadvantage for the rest of the adventure.
Right.
Well,
I don't know. I would just run this as like a chase scene. Just kind of... I don't know. It's difficult to break down into a set procedure, kind of how this is, but I would just run it as a chase, having them make a dex check to keep up, and then seeing if maybe they'll lose them. They can make wisdom checks to find out which direction they went so they can get back on the trail. Maybe have them pass through a secret door, get your elf kind of going with their ability to find secret doors easier.
Right. Right. And really the whole point behind this check is this whole skill challenge is just to exhaust the players. That's all. The only bad stuff that comes of this entire encounter is they were trying to find Scrooge and they exhausted themselves, and because they took too long.
Yeah,
they failed the skill challenge. So it's not even that interesting.
Yeah, would it be better to just cut it out? Maybe replace it with it's like a chase, but partway through they get I don't remember which one of you guys said it earlier. Partway through they get accosted by more gray foxes, and maybe they have to have a fight, and that impedes them.
Or you could spin this in a different route. What if you make it to where they can actually intercept the Ghost of Christmas Present, stop him from getting Scrooge to the Cratchit's house to see little Timmy and everything, so he doesn't get the heart of gold at the end? It actually works to help Scrooge stay Scrooge.
Oh, man, that's just mean.
So if you could actually spin it to where if the party succeeds, Scrooge doesn't learn his lesson.
Oh, my God.
Huh.
And in a way, I'm intrigued by that.
Yeah, if you take it that way, by succeeding, they actually alter the story. All the ghosts show up and everything happens, but he doesn't learn his lesson.
Oh, man.
That's if you succeed, though.
Yes.
How I would run that is I would try very hard to make them fail. I would make it super hard so that they fail, and then just kind of keep it a secret that they're supposed to fail it.
Yeah.
Like it ain't no.
Oh my gosh, I never thought of it that way, Matt.
Yeah.
That totally blows my mind. I like it.
Yeah, now all of a sudden, putting that spin on of it, all of a sudden I'm starting to like, oh, you could have some fun with this if you make it to where instead of hopping on the railroad has two paths, and if the players succeed, they're going down the dark path of Grumpy Scrooge.
Yeah, and they don't even realize it. They think they're helping him.
Right.
While they're interfering with the Ghosts of Christmas Presents task.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But then he goes for the future, who shows him his death. You think he might still go down the good path?
Not necessarily. Maybe he'll look at his death as like, well, I should just hoard everything I got, you know?
Right. At this point, and plus, if the players succeed in this, depending on how they succeed, maybe he doesn't even get to experience the full scene of his death, and he thinks it's those pesky bandits trying to take my gold again using magic.
Why is he
now he's some guy from the South.
Yeah, why is he got to like he's from Texas?
Take my gold.
Why has he got to be an old prospector from the South now?
Because he has lots of gold, just like those old prospectors.
It's very insensitive.
Well, I guess that leads us to the very last section there, the Ghost of
After a
Christmas
page
Yet to Come, or Ghost of Christmas Future, whichever version you read of Dickinson's tale.
Yeah, after a page of box text. Two pages of box text. 2 pages,
which you can pretty much. I think that's the funny thing about this. I think everybody knows the story that you can almost tell it by heart, you know?
The Ghost of Christmas Future, whatever, yet soon to come, whichever one you read, is actually kind of an interesting creature. The fact that he pulls up his cloak and he's showing all this stuff, and then he tries to suck everybody into the internal darkness that's inside of him.
So he's actually Cloak from Marvel Comics.
More or less.
Yes. Very true.
I only know about Cloak because I played Maximum Carnage on the Sega Genesis.
I'm trying to think of what would be kind of a analog to first edition for the Ghost of Christmas Future or Yet to Come.
Well, gee, I don't know. Why don't you open up the Fiend Folio? I'm sure you can find something.
Yeah,
I was first I was thinking a Crypt thing.
He's a cloaker with some dimensional teleportation abilities.
Yeah, but he looks like a skeleton, though.
How about the apparition?
Could be.
Yeah. Apparition might work.
Apparition might work, yeah.
That's what I'm looking at right now on the Fiend Folio.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. This is more than for a second level character, I can tell you that much.
Well, yeah, but you'd scale it down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Apparition is a 8-hit dice creature.
Junior Apparition, how's that?
Junior Apparition. Apparition in training?
Yes.
Well, first, I was thinking of a Crypt thing.
Yeah, I was thinking Crypt thing too, but I don't know.
I mean, because the whole thing that he can randomly teleport you to places, maybe a modified Crypt thing that he has that sort of vortex thing, and he is neutral. I don't think you would want something evil. It just doesn't work for me.
Yeah, I don't see something evil teaching important life lessons.
Yeah,
and if it's a Crypt thing, you can throw in the Crypt thing voice, and
the Crypt Keeper.
No, we're like, yeah, quit being a butthead, Scrooge.
So it's Skeletor.
Skeletor.
All Crypt things are Skeletor. I feel like this has been established before.
How about
pretty sure it's canon.
I think it is. Yeah. How about a Dark Stalker? Maybe a Dark Stalker might work, too.
Dark Stalker?
Page 23.
Oh, that's a possibility. Chaotic neutral.
Yeah. I'm just kind of flipping through the Fiend Folio while we're chatting here, trying to find a monster that might work.
Funny thing, how, Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol here, we're thinking of a monster out of a UK monster manual, the Fiend Folio.
It seems appropriate.
Yeah,
It seems appropriate, yes.
It's the one monster book I always keep with me.
I'm really sad I don't have my copy with me on this side of the country.
No, that's too powerful. I have Fear and Flame. No.
I feel like you might need to custom make a monster for this, because it's I've been going through and looking through, mechanically how you can change these things. I would do, for the first encounter,
a doppelganger.
Bandits, maybe a doppelganger, maybe just like a berserker or something like that. I don't know.
I got one, guys. Page 41, the Gambado, how he comes out of the ground. Maybe he can be pulling them into that dark pit.
Oh,
there we
yeah.
go. That's perfect. Look how.
Oh yeah.
Especially with the
dice. Okay.
With the inverted cross on his forehead, which kind of creeps me out now looking at it.
And he could be wearing kind of the robes like the Ghost of Christmas yet to come.
And he could use that little dark pit down there to be showing all the images and stuff. And here you go. There's our creature. Okay. Page 41. The Gambado.
There you go.
Heyo, Gambado.
Or is it Gambadoo? Who knows? Gambadoo?
Gambadoo is probably what it is. Gambado. I don't know.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Italian.
Gambadoo, Gambado.
Crispy, go see HR for that comment.
His name's Vinny Gambado. Hey, yo, here.
Forget about it. Get a piece of pizza.
Hey, Scrooge,
all right, we're
Scrooge,
HR flagging here, guys. Knock it off.
Sorry.
So here's another Hook situation, too. Not to be confused with Hook from Nevermind.
Peter.
Yes. The shadow of death. Perhaps Scrooge has lived longer than he should have by buying potions and brews to keep him alive much longer than his peers, since his passing is overdue. Maybe death still wants him, or does she try to recruit them to finish the job that hindered? Does she now want the PCs instead? There's kind of hooks there in case they all get sucked into the cloak or the black hole.
Yeah. So we go from Christmas Carol to Final Destination.
Does that mean never mind? Is this the Final Destination or just the Final Destination?
The Final Destination.
Oh, by the way, we're just gonna do 2 more movies after the Final Destination. So
yeah,
the final.
Yeah, I still remember that when that movie came out. This is the Final Destination. I'm like, finally, it's over. And then I hear another year later, the Final Destination part. I'm like, they still had to do more. How much longer can they escape this crap?
Final Destination 2, The Road for More Money.
So after pretty much. So after you save the day, you pretty much pick up Scrooge, bring him back to his house, throw him back in his bed because he's exhausted from all this traveling and everything. And you decide, I'm going to go to the tavern and have something to eat. And wait till the morning.
Yeah.
How do you know your guard duty's over?
I don't know.
But in the epilogue, there's still, you do that, but then it picks up after that, where it's locals are like, Scrooge is a madman. He's given away all his riches.
Yeah, but you have to assume that was in
He's wearing a question mark suit.
He's Matt Lesko?
Yeah.
He's wearing horn-rimmed glasses, and he's laughing.
Hey, for the record, Vince, I think this module is very workable and enjoyable. I don't know about these other 2.
I'm the one who was hard on it, I think.
You humbugged it, Crispy. You did.
I did.
Yes.
Basically, the PCs get their reward towards the end. He gets the typical scene that you see in the movies or the Carol, how he's tossing everybody gold. He kind of comes by them and says, I remember you. Remember from a dream. He doesn't even remember talking to them pretty much.
And everybody's like, huh?
Yeah, huh? And they toss him a bag of gold, and however much they negotiated, there's the rest of it, and everybody's happy and dances and sings and spins.
I would throw them Christmas
God blesses everyone.
He should throw them a Christmas turkey, because everyone was getting turkeys at the
end. No. It was a goose.
Oh, a goose. That's right. It was a Christmas goose.
I thought the goose only went to the Cratchits.
Maybe it did.
Yeah.
So does it matter?
4th edition.
It's been a while since I've seen a Muppet Christmas Carol.
Oh, boy.
God, really?
That was my original joke I was going to start off with at the beginning of the episode. I can't believe they made an adventure based off that Muppet movie, but I lost my opportunity.
Crispy late with his joke again, but anyway.
Oh my
800,
God.
800.
I was going to say, what version of Scrooge would be in this? Is it the the one from the Muppet movie? Is it the one from when George C. Scott played Scrooge? Which Scrooge are we going to have here?
I thought the George... No, that's not George C. Scott in that one. Or Patrick Stewart from the TNT production.
You know what? That is actually a very good version of Christmas Carol. I also like the one that George C. Scott did back in the 80s. That was
I think that one's like... George C. Scott, in my opinion, is Ebenezer Scrooge. It's like
amazing.
him and
Yeah,
then
he's
Fred
amazing
Flintstone.
actor.
He's a close second.
Yeah. I do remember when I was a kid, there was a cartoon version of this, and they played it every year during Christmas break.
Yep.
So,
What if he got polymorphed into a duck, and until he learns his lessons, he's a talking duck?
Scrooge McDuck.
Oh,
Yes.
Lord.
Oh, God.
Yes. So
No, that's RuneQuest, because ducks can be a class or race in RuneQuest. So it's the RuneQuest version of A Christmas Carol.
yes. And then
God, Scrooge McDuck. He's jumping into piles, diving into piles of gold now.
Literally, if he would have jumped in a pile of gold, he would have cracked into a million pieces or smushed himself
pretty
into a
much.
pancake.
No, it's because
cartoon.
ducks have hollow bones. So
Is that right?
ducks
That's
are like
right.
cats; they're liquid.
And it's also a cartoon physics, guys. But this one, I think it had some potential. We talked about it, and there's some good potential spots here. You can make it good.
Yeah, I think after discussing it, like I'd give this like a 3.
3 swords?
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment.
I think
Like
with some,
I'd give it 3 swords too.
It's workable.
Yeah.
On paper, it's not great, but if you think a little more in depth than just running it, I think then it's not bad.
I would just have to take this and do a little prep. You can't just run this right off the press. So,
Oh no,
Right.
any DM worth their salt's gonna tweak this out to their best ability. So, and I think we gave good examples of that here. So yeah, I think it's got potential, and 3 swords, solid 3 swords.
yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the 3 sword rating. Matt?
Yeah, and once I hit the point where I realized, if the PCs succeed and it's actually bad, that's when I turned on this module.
Yeah, that's what happened for me as well.
Because
It gives you the idea that, a little more flexibility. You're not totally railroaded.
Right. It actually what the PCs do actually have an influence as opposed to just Scrooge not dying. It actually can affect the story in more ways than just having an on-off switch.
Right.
So at that point, it was like, if the PC succeeds, Scrooge stays evil, Timmy dies. Then
No
at
one
that
gets their
point-
turkey.
London
Right.
falls into 1,000 years of darkness.
Exactly. So at that point, I'm like, okay, this became a 3. So yeah, it's definitely workable as long as you add your own spin to it and not just as written. Because as written, it's like in that 1-2 range.
When you brought that up about the possibility of altering the story because, the good intentions thing, that totally went off like light bulb in my head. And like, this is so cool. It's brilliant.
I think I found the link for that company, Skylander Games.
Yep.
Looks like it. Looks like they also took their logo and converted it into the Stranger Things font.
Nice.
Yeah, whoop-de-doo. Seems like everybody's ripping that off now.
Yeah, well, what do you want? It's a good show.
Meh.
Hey.
Meh.
I've not watched it.
I've watched a couple episodes and I went, meh.
Yeah, I've seen I think 6 out of 8 episodes, and I know that Stranger Things is good, but I don't think it's for me. It's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I think Crispy's right.
That was before your time, Crispy.
Well, I feel the same way about like Walking Dead and Game of Thrones.
Yeah, everybody has their own thing. We think Matt's crazy for not liking Walking Dead. He thinks we're crazy for liking it. So,
well, we gotta do.
And I keep
not everybody can be right, Vince?
No.
Yeah, sure.
And then I keep hoping Unicron comes and devours all of Westeros because no one in that show deserves to live. They're all unlikable characters.
Aw. I mean, it's not like it's Westworld good, but
Now, that's a show I haven't seen yet.
I haven't seen it either. Haven't watched it either.
I heard it's really good.
I haven't seen any of these shows, but I have heard that Westworld is just basically Jurassic Park.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's just the Western world, and it's all like these robots catering to people's fantasies and stuff like that. And Ed Harris is an utter douche in there, so...
okay, cool.
A world catering to people's fantasies, so it's Fantasy Island?
No,
there's no Ricardo
plane, boss. The plane.
Mr. Rourke doesn't show up.
No, there's nobody in a white suit. Sorry.
That would actually be an interesting D&D setting.
What?
Fantasy Island.
Yes.
Oh.
You could do a follow-up if they, say, Ricardo Montalban's Fantasy Island guy is the villain, and then, they defeat him. You could have a follow-up module, which is just Wrath of Khan.
Yes.
Just cheesy TV
I knew there was
show.
going to be a Wrath of Khan thing showing up here.
Wrath of Crispy.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, so order your bucket of...
tangent.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody.
So, Nick, we also have a stocking stuffer module. You want to tell us a tiny bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So here's another Christmas module I ran across last year. I totally forgot about it till maybe 20, 30 minutes before the show. And it was, stuck in a corner on my hard drive. And it is called Rescue Mission.
I hate this adventure.
There's another
saw
adventure.
the front cover, and I hate it.
Here's another adventure that Crispy hates.
Yeah.
So
you just need to let it go, Crispy.
Yeah, just let it go. It's by a Wizard of the Ozarks. It's by Wizard of the Ozarks, and basically, it's, as we're alluding to here, Elsa from Frozen has kidnapped Santa Claus. And it's up to your party to rescue him.
So it's Nightmare Before Christmas with Elsa playing Jack Skellington.
Yeah, I'll read the cover to you. The evil Ice Queen Elsa has kidnapped the jolly old elf St. Nicholas and has imprisoned him in her dreaded ice fortress. Can you get through her dreaded army of gingerbread soldiers and her giant snow golems to rescue Christmas before it's too late? Do you want to build a snowman, or should we just let it go?
Let it go. Let it go.
And you know what? It's made for first edition AD&D. It's levels 5 to 7. And I remember, briefly going through it in the past. And I think it's decent. It's all right. Only if you're not a fan of, if you're not a fan of Frozen or any of the other stuff like that. But there's pre-generated characters in there that you can use. Lots of decent maps. I mean, you got random encounters.
Kind of
got new monsters.
The evil Olaf artwork.
Yes, the evil Olaf. You got new magic items like, let's see, the spiked eggnog of courage. Or the wand of hot chocolate. It shoots a cone of hot chocolate at you for 3d8 plus 8 damage. Okay.
The candy cane spider.
Yep, giant snow golem, which is actually pretty nasty.
So
5 hit dice does a lot of damage to you. 2 attacks for 2 to 20 each.
35 page. Wow, 36 page, 37. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no,
Damn near 40 pages. Candy cane spiders. It's got a couple other monsters there. Yeah, Remore has. You got wolves. You got a silver dragon. You got a white dragon in there. There's even a puzzle that you got to figure out in a puzzle room.
And then I saw the teaser for another module. They
have Snow White zombies.
Yes.
And just because of my wife's love of Snow White, I now have to track that down.
Yeah, I got to track that one down too.
I'm pretty sure the art for the giant snow golem is just the lava titan from Hercules.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That was
it is.
That was sarcasm.
No, that was taken off from the movie Frozen. That kind of snow beastie thing.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen Frozen.
Well, there's your problem. And boy, they got a picture of Elsa here that's a little provocative. A little R-rated version of Elsa there. But other than that, it seems like a pretty cool adventure. So have this for a stocking stuffer for you guys. We'll put this in the downloads, I guess, right?
Yep. We'll have that in the show notes on the website with this, so you can get this module, run some Christmas Frozen for your campaign this year.
I don't think that was.
It was written by a guy named Chuck Green. Chuck Green.
I don't think the Elsa picture was R-rated, dude. It's just a little provocative. That's all.
Well, PG-13.
Okay.
She's looking rather buxom.
Oh boy.
Not the cover one. I'm the one picture of her in the module with the evil Olaf.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's well done.
Still, I think
it's well done.
Oh, it's well done artwork. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the module, I mean, the map's hand drawn. It looks like, or I don't know, kind of maybe a program drew it. I can't tell.
Maybe some of it looks like
14.
it was hand drawn.
The one on 14, do you think that's hand-drawn, or is that computer hand-drawn? If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you may be right.
Like, it kind of looks like someone did it, but then again, it looks like maybe a computer was mimicking somebody doing it.
No, that looks hand-drawn.
Think so?
Yeah, I think that's hand-drawn.
You did a pretty good job.
Look at some of the others. Look at the grid, the colors of the grid, and it's like, yeah. And actually, they were using paper from 1996 because they actually left the TSR.
Oh, I saw the copyright.
From on page 19, they left the copyright in.
That's during the second edition era. No, we can't touch it. No, module's bad. Yeah. No, I'm kidding.
Immediately, 0 swords.
Well, there's Thaco and all the monsters, so...
Well, yeah. Well. It's okay. Thaco was in first edition, too.
Nick,
that's true.
Report to HR.
It was. Look at the back of your DMG. It's there.
Nick needs to go through, what do they call that? Retraining or...
Reprogramming?
Yeah.
Re-education?
Yes, re-education now.
I will resist it with everything.
Candy cane spider.
Oh, there's even a Remorhaz in here.
So what does the candy cane spider have that other than being candy cane? Spittle and poison. That's about
its spittle is sugary.
So you have a save before you become a type 2 diabetic?
Yes. No, I like the module. It's pretty cool. I wish we would have found this one to review, but, you know.
I know. I'm sorry, but that's why I thought, let's add it on.
Way to go,
Let's
Nick.
add on. Let's give it to everybody. Hey, better late than never.
No, true.
It's either that or we delay doing the show. I thought, I thought I'd let you guys know and see what you guys thought, and so we'll put it in there. I still think the Scrooge one has potential.
Yeah,
we talked about it in the show, and I think it's got a lot of good stuff there that you can make it. You can maybe even tie the two together.
Oh, you were right, Matt. You weren't kidding. It is a sugary spittle.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was just kidding about that.
No.
Oh boy.
I wonder how you could tie the two adventures together.
Maybe the giant spittle spider is in charge of. I don't know. No.
Perhaps the players, if they thwarted the Ghost of Christmas Present, maybe they killed him. At which point, Santa's now vulnerable to Elsa kidnapping him, and it's all this nasty chain. Scrooge hates everyone still. Santa gets captured. There's no Christmas.
And Elsa's like her friend or something like that?
Yeah. Why not?
I don't know.
I'm still trying to find the Snow White one.
I figured you were still looking for that. It probably never came out.
Yeah.
Because I can't find a website for...
No, they don't have any websites.
Try through Facebook. It's one from one of the first edition AD&D groups. I think it might be the AD&D Uncensored group.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that group.
Check there. So...
Anyway, all right, folks, we're going to take off. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas show with us.
Yeah.
We'll be back for some holiday filler shows because Nick volunteered. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
God bless us, everyone.
The Roll for Initiative podcast is a production of Wild Games Productions. You can visit us at rfipodcast.com or contact us on our forums at osrgaming.org or even call us at 570-865-4210. This podcast was produced for entertainment purposes only. All other uses are prohibited. Remember, if your magic missile spell doesn't automatically hit, you're playing the wrong edition. Thanks for listening and see you next time on Roll for Initiative.